Assalamu alaikum. Today I'll be discussing some of the numericals which I have given to you, that is the unsolved numericals, which I thought they might be slightly difficult for you to solve. If someone has done that, it will be good, but most of you, if you I feel that you might have got some problem while solving that. One of the numericals was on the voltage regulation. I will come to that after discussing some important things about the voltage regulation. This is a simple two-port network in which this box represents our transmission system or transmission network, where its output voltage is our receiving end voltage and this current is the receiving end current. Similarly, this is a sending end voltage and sending end current. In this case, we know that the voltage regulation is defined as receiving end voltage at no load minus receiving end voltage at full load divided by receiving end voltage at full load. There are certain important points before we calculate the voltage regulation of a certain circuit. The first important point is that all of them are, that is no load voltage, full load voltage, or this full load voltage, they are magnitudes of the voltage, not the phasors. So first we calculate the phasor for no load voltage of this or full load voltage of this. We calculate it by using the phasor summation or phasor subtraction, phasor addition, or in general phasor algebra. And after calculating the phasor voltage, we take only the magnitude. This is one point. The second point is that we define this voltage regulation on the receiving end only, not on the sending end. There are particularly two reasons. The first reason is that we want that at receiving end there should be rated voltage. We should be able to transmit the rated voltage at the receiving end, because all the equipments or gadgets that we are using at our household, they are designed for the nominal or rated voltage. So it is prerequisite for any utility or power system that consumers are to be supplied the rated voltage. So here also this is one reason. Another reason is that this Vs in case of an ideal case, it will not change whether load will change or not, because the voltage drop in this transmission network will be there. It results in the voltage drop or voltage rise of Vr, but this Vs will remain as it is. So it is voltage regulation or voltage change will not be there from no load to full load in case there is not its internal impedance. And the prime reason is that I have told you that we want that a consumer should be supplied the rated or nominal voltage at full load, because at full load there will be highest voltage dip. At full load Vr should be the nominal voltage. That is why we always take this Vr full as rated or nominal voltage of the system. We design the system in such a way so that full load voltage comes out to be the nominal voltage, because you know that our power system mostly, if not all the time, but mostly it will work at full load. So that full load voltage should be the nominal voltage, so that all the gadgets should get their rated voltage, and we know that when they will get a rated voltage, they will give their best performance. And from ABCD parameters, we know that Vs is equal to AVR plus BIR. From here, VR no load means when IR is equal to 0. It is actually the same voltage. We are calculating the same voltage at this point. The condition is only this R. It depends upon this R, value of the IR. If IR is equal to 0, it becomes no load voltage. If IR is the full load current, it becomes the full load voltage. So we are actually interested on the two values of the IR, and besides that, when we give the two values of the IR, we will get the two values of VR, and based on the magnitude of VR, we can calculate the voltage regulation like this. But this VR no load is again equal to, from this, when IR is equal to 0, we can get it as Vs is equal to Vs divided by A. This is in general for every network, whether it is a short transmission line, long transmission line, or medium transmission line. So it will be equal to Vs by A. But again, this will be a phasor. We don't have to use the phasor. We have to use it as, that means VR no load will be equal to the magnitude of Vs by A. And for short transmission line, this A is equal to 1. This A is equal to 1. That means no load voltage of the short transmission line at receiving end will be equal to its sending end voltage, because there will be no voltage drop in the series branches. So we can modify this voltage regulation formula for short transmission line, it will be equal to magnitude of Vs, because we have calculated it. This will be equal to Vs at no load, and minus Vn, where Vn is the nominal voltage. We can omit this magnitude notation here, because Vn is itself a number. It is not usually a phasor, nominal voltage. Now coming to the short transmission line, it is like this. Vs, this is the resistance of the line, this is the inductance of the line, this is receiving end current, this is the receiving end voltage, and it is governed by this equation. Vs is equal to Vr plus Ir into R, where Ir is the receiving end current multiplied with this R, plus JIR into X, where this is the voltage drop across this reactance. So from this I have drawn the phasor diagram for this case, where I assume one thing, that is the current, load current is this IR is lagging to this VR. This IR is lagging to this VR. First I draw these two, voltage and current, then this IR into R will be in phase with this IR, because I have to add two voltage drops, that is this voltage drop and this voltage drop to this VR to get the Vs. So this will be in phase with this. So I draw it. Definitely it is, scale is not exact, I have drawn it roughly, but it will be in phase with this IR. Now this Ji into IR into X will be